I just had a session with someone and the topic came up of should I go to this and that specialist for this and that organ to figure out this and that. And as always, it is about you. What do you believe? What makes sense to you about going to a medical professional to have them test you and see if your numbers fit within the range of the appropriate numbers? And for myself, I shared that it doesn't make sense to me to go to a medical person to tell me numbers about my body because they don't have the full context. They don't understand the biological laws. They don't understand the way the body adapts. So if I go in and they take my blood or test my whatever and see if I'm in the range of what they deem appropriate and correct, and if I happen to be outside of that range, what are they going to do? They're going to give me pills or suggest some type of surgery or intervention. That's what they have on offer. And they're not going to ask me about my relationships. They're not going to ask me about feeling abandoned and kicked out and left out and what I feel stuck about and who I feel separated from. They're not going to look at my early life experiences and what went on when my mother was pregnant with me and during my birth and my early years of life and the things I got programmed for. They're not going to look at the deep down stuff that this is really about. They're not going to look at the fears that I have. They're not going to invite me to step into new levels of evolution. They're going to give a pill or recommend a surgery or intervention. And so for that reason, I don't find it beneficial for myself and my life and my health to go into that world and to get suggestions from that world because those do not seem like actual solutions to me, for me, in my life, in my experience, in what makes sense to me. And you, as an individual, have to look at what makes the most sense to you. What map, what system, if you still think that there, are things that require pills and surgery, then that path is going to be the path that's best for you to go down at this point. If it doesn't make sense or if you're wobbling, study more. Understanding removes fear. Am I going in because I'm afraid, because I don't want to be irresponsible, and I need an authority to tell me I'm okay, or I might feel okay, but what if I'm not? If I have fears, kind of subterranean, underneath the surface, fears of doing the wrong thing, of not having an approval from an authority in order to know that I'm okay. How do I even know that I'm okay? So lots of things to unpack and discover for yourself because your health is about how you think and feel and believe and your system of understanding of the world. So I invite you to study that for yourself, to really, write down, what do I believe about health? What do I believe about doctors? What do I believe about medicine? What do I believe about the 5 biological laws and GNM? Where am I at with all of it? And be radically honest with yourself, because the idea that I should be able to do everything naturally and I shouldn't need a doctor, get rid of all the shoulds. Just look at what's real and look at how you actually feel and come to that place of what's the path of most peace? Because sometimes if you're still wobbling, the path of most peace may be engaging with the medical system in some way. If you still need that, then that's totally fine. That's just where you are in your journey. It's nothing to judge. It's nothing to feel bad about. If you desire greater understanding of how your tissues work and greater confidence in that system, there are ways to deepen your knowledge and deepen your understanding.